So it's that time of the week, Monday morning, is clean out the chicken coop. It's only a small coop, houses half a dozen hens and a couple of cockerels. It's a hen house that I built a couple of years ago. I'm going to be building a bigger one soon because I have some other hens on order. I think this would be a bit small to keep them all together. But anyway, back to the cleaning. So I like to get in and give it a really good scrape, make sure that I'll get everything off of the floor. I don't want any dry droppings left in there. You'll be surprised that in the sunny weather, they really do weld to the floor. So what I use to scrape the floor is my old plastering trowel. This seems to do the job very well. Gets into all the corners, which is great. Always make sure that I give the perches a good scrape down too. I don't want any muck being stuck on the chickens' feet. Don't want that giving them problems, i.e. scaly feet or anything like that. As they're free range, they don't actually suffer with a lot of ailments. They seem to get all what they need out in the pasture. If they need a good dust bath, they kind of dig a bit of a scrape in the ground, and that's where they'll go for their bath. Whilst I'm cleaning too, I like to just cast my eye over the droppings just to make sure there's no sign of worms or any blood in their droppings. If I was to find that, then obviously I would address the problem there and then. But as they are free range, they're quite healthy, or very healthy in fact, and very happy. I'd imagine hens that are cooped all the time, maybe they can get a few problems. But as I say, with mine, free ranged, apart from maybe the odd fox spooking them a bit, they don't really have any problems. Now make sure I get in to clear out all the dust. As you can see on the screen, it can be very dusty. Now, onto the egg box part of the coop. I like to get there early in the morning before they start laying, but on this occasion, they beat me to it. So I'll remove the egg and do the same again. Clean out this section, give it a really good scraping down, getting into all the corners, all the nooks and crannies. As the season goes on, all the nooks and crannies really do need to be clean, as these are certainly breeding ground for mite. For controlling the mite in the coop, around the end of May, after cleaning, I start to add a product, diatomaceous earth. The diatomaceous earth is a compound that, when comes into contact with the mites, it gets into their exoskeleton body and breaks them down. It dries them out. So once all cleaned, I put a new fresh layer of pine wood chippings. Gives a lovely smell to the coop. Keeps it nice and dry. Nice and fresh. And then into the nest box, I had a couple of handfuls of either hay and straw or sometimes mixed, just to give them somewhere for them to build their nest to lay their eggs. Doesn't always work. They quite often lay an egg on the floor. Almost seems like they're in a hurry to get out. Now back onto the main floor. Same again. Some pine wood shavings. I'll spread this around to a thickness of around about 5 centimetres, 2 inches. And this gives a nice good bedding. Now, that's it for another week. Just make sure that we don't forget to shut the door, keep the predators out. Now, nothing goes to waste. Everything go on to the veg plot. I will put it onto the compost heap where it will rot down over the next few months, and by next spring it will be going on to the veg